Regrets over yesterday and the fear of tomorrow are twin thieves that rob us of the moment. Every moment we have with our children are precious, but sometimes we don't realize it until they are out of our sight. When I hear the word Amish as referring to the religion or the lifestyle, I think of purity. But even the most religious parents find it hard to deal with the matters of the heart and religion when your beloved child is missing. Unlike many teens at this dark point of time, perishing to their very own malice and mayhem actions and pleasures, Linda was walking the holy path of God. This is Linda's story through the eyes of strangers. 18-year-old Linda Stoltzfoos had attended church services at a farm on June 21st, 2020, on the day she disappeared. It was first stated she was last seen walking home on Stumptown Road, a secluded area where the church services were being held, around 12:30 p.m. Then the statement was changed to she was last seen on the farm's property, which is located on Stumptown Road between the intersections of Beechdale Road and Gibbons Road in Bird in Hand. Stumptown Road is a rural farming community near the Upper Leacock Township border. So many rumors about this young lady's disappearance, but the truth is, she just vanished. No one's seen anything, and if they did, they are not talking. One of the most popular rumors is about a stranger staying with the family during the time of her disappearance. This person has not been publicly named a person of interest by law enforcement, and his whereabouts that day has not been public, but rest assured, law enforcement is following every lead and suggestions in this case and are working on bringing Linda home. Not much information has been given publicly, which is the way of the Amish. They would rather take care of their own situations instead of consulting the outside world. Amish teens are given the chance to venture into the modern world when they turn 16 years old. They're encouraged to experiment and explore. The idea is that the teens will come back to the church after tasting the modern world. This rite of passage, or Rumspringa, as it's called in the Amish community, seems to be something that Linda did not utilize. She showed absolutely no intentions of leaving and no sign of wanting to leave her community or faith. On the Sunday she disappeared, her agenda for the day was to go to church services, then to return home to pick up some food she had prepared, then to continue on to a church youth service. She never returned home after the morning church service. After her parents could not find her on Sunday, they called law enforcement on Monday, June 22nd, for their assistance, which seems out of character for the Amish, but it also shows something had to have went terribly wrong that day for them to reach out for help. They know their daughter better than anyone on earth, and they said she would never leave without saying a word, which is far outside of her character, and authorities seemingly agree with them. This is unlike her, Lieutenant Matthew Hess said in his comments to the press. There are certain teenage Amish kids who would have that personality or would express that interest, want to see the outside world. There was no indication that this is the case for Linda. There's no real explanation or reasoning why she would be missing. Hess added that it changed the circumstances in the sense that there was no pre-planned events or reasons for her not to come back home. On Monday, June 22nd, Mill Creek Search and Rescue organized a search of the area, along with Bird in Hand and Rocks Fire Companies. The majority of people were from search crews. However, area community members were alongside of the search units. Search crews spent all day searching the ground and terrain. Other volunteers brought food and water to help get searchers through the hot day when the temperatures went up to 89 degrees. Search operations were based at Hand in Hand Fire Company, and search efforts wrapped up in the late evening, but was continued Tuesday. There are a variety of agencies involved in continuing the search for Linda and her whereabouts. Search and rescue teams, detectives, the police department, Pennsylvania State Police, and even the FBI. Throughout the searches, dedicated trained search teams have searched the area surrounding 18-year-old Linda's East Lancaster Township home, according to a Facebook page created for updating the public. Police said trained search personnel are using dogs, horses, ATV equipment, and drones to broaden the hunt for 18-year-old Linda. They're also interviewing her friends and family. Still no sign of her. After search volunteers and first responders were seen scouring the rural area surrounded by fields and farms, a canine unit was also on scene while first responders utilized a drone. The search did not provide any clues to the teens' whereabouts. Unfortunately, the Union of the Amish Community, police, and search and rescue was unable to locate Linda, and now 3 weeks into her disappearance, and the primary and secondary search of the local area is over, the family and community is asking for prayers. Pray that the Lord keeps her safe and that we are successful in finding her. Members of the Amish community, along with others, are still searching the area and helping the family by any means possible. Following initial unsuccessful searches, police had reported that she may be a special risk of harm or injury, and we cannot rule out any foul play. Officials said Linda did not have access to electronics or social media, which complicates the investigation because there is no digital footprint that law enforcement could track. If her disappearance was completely medically related, they would have found her on a path from the church service location to her home. It has been said Linda works at the Broad Street Market in Harrisburg with her family at a stand at the farmers market, but this information has not been verified. Even though she is not believed to have left on her own accord, police had a message for Linda just in case. We want Linda to know that if she is watching or listening to this, she is not in any trouble. We are only concerned for her welfare, Hess added, before encouraging her to call the police department and check in. Authorities said it is still unclear if foul play was involved. Police said they aren't ruling out that she may have just walked off and left on her own. They said the lack of physical evidence is making the investigation more challenging. She was last seen wearing a tan dress, white apron, and a white cape. A composite photo has been created showing Linda as she might appear in street clothes and with her hair down. Linda is about 5 foot 10 inches tall and 125 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. Police Lieutenant Hess said the circumstances of her disappearance haven't been determined. However, police are asking that Linda reach out to confirm she's okay if she left on her free will. Anyone with any information on Linda's whereabouts should contact the East Lancaster Township Police Department at 717-291-4676 or submit a tip online via Crime Watch. The police department is also asking anyone who may have traveled near the area where Linda Stoltzfoos disappeared on June 21st to contact them. There is no reason for anyone to believe that she wanted to just leave. Everyone describes Linda as a kind and quiet girl. No, she did not indicate to anyone that she wanted to leave or take a trip. From what we understand, just running off without telling anyone would be very out of character for Linda. Linda's disappearance is mind-boggling. If she was a wild and rambunctious teen, partying, drinking, and doing drugs, or even if she had her mind set on leaving her family and her way of life, her disappearance would be more understandable. But for a quiet, timid, and kind young lady whose only intentions were to serve God, her family, and her community, to vanish into thin air is inconceivable. I would like to share, with permission, some beautiful words from the Facebook page Amish Girl Missing, Linda Stoltzfoos. The search for Linda continues as the warm sun shines through the puffs of clouds in the sky. Beyond the wheat fields is the area Linda last spent time with her community worshiping our Lord. On her walk home, passing the wheat fields, what was on her mind? The harvest is near, dividing a wheat and chaff. God is in control, and it's all in His time. The truth will continue to prevail. The admins of the Missing Truth podcast and Facebook page would like to ask for prayers and to please send loving, healing, and positive energy to Linda, her family, and the community. Linda, wherever you are, may peace be with you. And if you are watching this, please contact someone to let them know you're okay. Since the taping of this podcast, we have an update. On July 11th, a Paradise man is charged with kidnapping Linda Stoltzfoos. East Lampeter Township Police charged 34-year-old Justo Smoker on Friday, July 10th with felony kidnapping and false imprisonment. The whereabouts of Linda still remains unknown. Investigators are actively searching and working to determine what happened to Linda after she was taken. Investigators have reason to believe she was harmed following her abduction. On Friday evening, investigators searched a rural location in Ronks where they believed Linda might have been taken after being kidnapped. Justo Smoker was arrested Friday night at his place of employment, then arraigned on Saturday. District Judge Joshua Keller at arraignment made Smoker ineligible for bail, citing the nature of the charges in the ongoing investigation. Investigators are asking anyone who might have seen Smoker or his red Kia Rio sedan around the time Linda was abducted on Father's Day and in the days after to contact police at 717-291-4676. The Kia's Pennsylvania registration is KYB9713. Smoker's vehicle was seen on June 23rd, parked around the location Linda was walking home on Father's Day. Investigators found buried in a wooded area articles of clothing believed to be Linda's. Smoker became a person of interest in the kidnapping after police received information about a red vehicle seen in the Gap area on the afternoon of the abduction. Multiple witnesses in the area reported seeing an Amish female in the passenger seat of a vehicle driven by a male. Witnesses' descriptions of the driver and vehicle are consistent with Smoker and his vehicle. Police also obtained and viewed surveillance video enhanced by FBI forensic technicians that reveal the abduction of Linda Stoltzfoos on Beachdale Road. For updates on Linda's case, subscribe to the Missing Truth for notifications and join us on our Facebook page. Remember, some sort of truth remains in a lie.